Sorry, I have issue with my network, so I will just continue. Each time I have that issue, I just continue and put B. So I'm still discussing the same thing we're discussing. I was trying to answer an Ururu question. And Ururu was asking me, talking about the fact that a buyer is giving him a check to guarantee payment. And I'm saying a check is not enough to guarantee your payment. I don't know what you mean by a check, but the buyer should issue you an instrument. The buyer should issue you an instrument. The instrument could be a letter of credit. The instrument could be a standby letter of credit. The instrument could be a demand guarantee. Any of these three instruments is good enough for you to be able to go ahead with the transaction. So if you're not able to get that kind of instrument, I don't understand what that check means. I will appreciate if you can chat me privately and send me the picture of that check. So let me be sure when you say a check, if it's a payment instrument. If it's not, of course, it's not something you want to do, because a regular check that will clear in Egypt cannot be guaranteed you payment of shipment from Nigeria. Or a regular check that will clear in Germany cannot guarantee payment from Nigeria. So I really need to know what you mean by check. If possible, send me a copy so I can properly advise you. I was talking about CFR and CIF. And I was talking about how important CFR and CIF is and how they are related to FOB. And I was saying that CFR and CIF are monomodal. In both cases, the risk of the exporter ends while the good is on board the vessel at the port of loading. In both cases. The difference now is that for CFR and CIF, the cost of the exporter is sent to destination. And that's a major difference between FOB, CFR, and CIF. Because FOB reduce your cost, you don't bear the cost of transport. But under CFR and CIF, as an exporter, you bear the cost of transport to destination. Under CFR, you bear only the cost of transport to destination. Under CIF, you bear the cost of insurance plus transport to destination. So that's why mathematically CFR is equal to FOB plus freight, and CIF is equal to FOB plus freight plus insurance. CIF is equal to FOB plus freight plus insurance. CIF is equal to FOB plus freight plus insurance. All right. The next Incoterm is CIP and CPT. The next Incoterm is CIP plus CPT. CIP plus CPT. That's the next Incoterm. What's CIP? Carriage paid to. What's CPT? Carriage insurance paid to. What's CIP? Carriage paid to. What's CPT? Carriage insurance paid to. We can say that CPT and CFR are similar in concept. CIP and CIF are also similar in concept. By concept, I basically mean that what constitutes them. What do I mean by this? FOB plus CFR, FOB plus freight is equal to CFR. FCA plus freight is equals to CPT. FOB plus freight plus insurance is equals to CIF. FCA plus freight plus insurance is equals to CIP. I'm sure you can see this analogy I'm trying to make between them. What makes both of them similar? So both of them are very much similar. Both of them are very much similar. However, you can you can distinguish them by the fact that CPT and CIF are multimodal. They are only used for road, rail, and air. CFR and CIF are monomodal. CFR and CIF are monomodal. That means you can only use them by C. That means you can only
distinguish them by the.
You can only use them by C. Now, Anororo, Muba. I've answered your question, so if you didn't get that, just scroll back to the beginning of this video. You'll be able to see it. You can also share the video so that your video can remain on your timeline after this broadcast, and then you can also be able to you'll be able to listen to it also. So Anororo, I've answered your question. If you check the video from the beginning of this particular part, because I had issue with that one, I cut off and I have to continue on a new fresh video. That's why you see B in my description. That's why you see B in my description. Now I've discussed now CFR, CIF, CPT, CIP. CFR, CIF, CPT, CIP. The next one I want to discuss now is DAP. Now, up until now, the risk of the exporter ends in his country, even though sometimes it bear cost to the destination. Up until now, the risk of the exporter ends in his country, but the cost of the exporter extend to destination. The cost of the exporter extend to destination. Up until now. Up until now. But in this last set of Incoterms, DAP, DAT, and DDP, the risk of the exporter extend to the destination. The cost of the exporter extend to the destination. The risk of the exporter extends to the destination. The cost of the exporter extends to the destination. The risk of the exporter extends to the destination. The cost of the exporter extends to the destination. What does that mean? That means under this particular Incoterms, the exporter is carrying more cost and more risk. Let me give you an example. DAP means deliver at place. DAP means deliver at place. You know what that means? DAP means deliver at place, and that means that the exporter will deliver the goods to a named place in the importer's country. So I'm shipping to Dubai. I'm now asked to deliver to the trade fair, the International Trade Center in Dubai, or to deliver to Burj Khalifa in Dubai, or to deliver to Deira Market in Dubai. So there's a place outside Jebel Ali Port or Dubai Airport that I need to deliver that goods. That's deliver at place. The next one is deliver at terminal, DAT. Deliver at terminal, DAT. What happened in deliver at terminal? I'm delivering to a named terminal. I'm delivering to a named terminal. I'm delivering to a named terminal. The terminal can be inside or outside the port. The terminal can be inside or outside the port, but I'm delivering to a named terminal, either inside or outside the port. So that terminal can be at the Jebel Ali port, can be somewhere in the airport, but I'm delivering to a named terminal. The third one, I'm delivering to a named place, but I'm paying the duty. Now, if you look at the deliver at place, I deliver to a named place and I pay the cost of delivering to that place. So I mean, I bear the cost. In all this, I'm going to not just clear the good for export in my country, I'm going to clear the good for export in the importer's country. Because if I'm going to take it out of the port, I will have paid the duty for the deliver duty paid. But for deliver at place, the exporter will still pay his duty. Deliver at terminal, the importer will still pay his duty rather. In both cases, the only difference in this case is that I will be the one to bear the cost to deliver to his country, and my risk ends when I deliver to that place he wants me to deliver to. My risk ends when I deliver to that place he wants me to deliver to. So, invariably we can say that under Incoterms, Exports give exporter the lowest responsibility and importer the highest responsibility. But DDP, that's delivered duty paid, gives the exporter the highest responsibility and gives the importer the lowest responsibility. Now, let's come back to how it affects price. Let's say I want to export a product. Let's say I want to export shea butter. If my shea butter costs $2,000 per metric ton, FOB Lagos, that's my cost. But I am to deliver it to Tilbury Port. I'm to deliver it to Tilbury Port. Now, if I'm going to deliver it to Tilbury Port in the UK, and now the importer is saying, you are the one to bear the cost of transport. That means that FOB price I quote for $2,000 will not work. I need to now look for what will it cost me, because I need to add my transport cost to that FOB price. What will it cost me to transport Tilbury Port in the UK? So what I will do is this. I will call the shipping line, Max Line, say, Max Line, I want to ship a container of shea butter to Tilbury Port in the UK. And Max Line will say, okay, that's fine. This will cost you $1,500 per container. Then I need to convert that to per metric ton. Remember, my price is $2,000 per metric tons. I need to convert that to per metric ton. If I'm converting that to per metric ton, that will give me I need to know the quantity of quantity of shea butter that will fill a container. So what happened at the end of the day is that this flight operates radio Southwest P4 7091. Sorry, I'm having a break. Someone is trying to call. I'm cutting the call and the person keep calling. Alright, so let me continue. So I've delivered my price for the shea butter is $2,000 per metric ton. My price for the shea butter is $2,000 per metric ton. My freight charge is $1,500. Lord have mercy. So sorry for the break in transmission. Someone is trying to call. It is so interesting. Two people had to call me at the same time. And my laptop, I was using my laptop before, but it broke. The network, it was not good, so I had to move to my phone. Wow. Sorry for the break in transmission. Many people have lost many people. Alright, let me just round off because of these calls that are coming in and disturbing me. So let me finish that calculation. So I got an order for shea butter, $2,000 per metric tons to UK. I'm shipping to Tilbury Port. I got the cost of freight as $1,500 per container. For me to fill a container, I need 15 tons of shea butter to fill that container. But my price for FOB, now I need to get the CFR price. I have the FOB price, but the buyer wants me to pay the freight charge. To get my freight charge, I already get $1,500, and CFR is equal to FOB plus freight. FOB is already $2,000. Freight in this case will not be 1.5. freight will be $1,500 divided by 15. And the reason for the division is because my FOB price is per metric ton, so my freight charge must be per metric ton for me to get my correct CFR price. You know, some people will make a mistake and go and add $2,000 plus 1.5, that will be 3.5, and that will be outrageous per metric ton. So what happened at the end of the day is, if you divide this, you will now get $100. So the CFR now will be equals to FOB, which is 2,000 plus $100, that is 100, that's 2,100 per metric ton, and that's the CFR price. So let's say I want to do CIF price. That means I'm now incurring an additional cost of insurance to the destination. Now, if I'm incurring that additional cost to the destination, what I would do is I will go to the insurance company and get the rate of transporting that goods to the destination. Now, when I get the rate, that's the rate of insurance to the destination. Let's say I get the rate at, let's say, $300 per container for the freight charge, that's transport to destination. Now, that is per container. Remember, CFR plus insurance is equals to CIF. Freight plus FOB plus insurance is equals to CIF. Because if CFR is equals to FOB plus freight, and CIF is equals to FOB plus freight for insurance, then CIF is equals to CFR plus insurance. So if I get this insurance cost at $300, what I basically do is, it's per container, so I divide it by 15, so I get 20. So I add what's my freight charge now? My FOB price, $2,000 plus my freight charge, $100 plus my insurance, $20. That's $12,000 plus 100 plus 20. That's $2,120. So my FOB price is $2,000. My freight charge is, my CFR price is per metric ton is $2,100. And my CI price is $2,120. What this is basically telling you is that for every change in your Incoterms, there should be a change in your price. That's why if I'm talking to a buyer for the first time, the most reasonable, professional, right and correct price I can quote is FOB. Because until I know where the good is going, which he has to tell me, not just the country, even the port in the country. Because in some country like China have plenty ports. Some port are as low as $500 from Nigeria. Some port are as high as $1,000 from Nigeria. Because of the location where they are in China. The major ports are cheaper. The non-major ports are more expensive. So I can't assume because someone is in a country, I can just assume the freight charge to that country. I need to confirm from the shipping line. That means in deciding on the price, I need to know the destination, and then the client will tell me if he's doing CFR or he's doing CIF. So I've come to an end of Incoterms now as it relates to pricing. We're going to continue this tomorrow morning by 7 a.m. as we continue discussing. Let me look at the topic we'll be discussing tomorrow. If you are still going to be discussing pricing, okay, we'll be discussing packaging tomorrow. Packaging. It's still going to be pricing, but we'll be discussing pricing as it relates to packaging, and I'll be using a model. I'll be in the office, so I'll be able to show you a particular picture of the model I'll be using. So I'll give you an idea, so you have an idea of the cost. If you're printing this product and you have this number of colors, how much will the cost be if you are producing it in Nigeria or importing it from outside Nigeria? Thank you very much for listening again this evening. My name is Dila Yimi, but remember I'm in transit. But because we are committed to doing this, why are we committed to doing this? Nigeria need to export. And we need to make the information readily available for people. So, and I told them at the program I had today, I had a program at the Redeemed Church in Port Harcourt, I think Region 5. And I told them that, look, you don't have an excuse again. Number one, I tried to paint a picture to show how vital and important export is. And then you don't have an excuse again. You don't have an excuse again that you are unable to export, even though you want to export. Because what I intended to do first is to get them to know and understand how to go about it. I needed to get that done. And I think I was able to achieve that because a number of them show interest, actually. A number of them show interest. But I'm hoping, sometimes when you go for events like that, people get excited, they are happy, they want to do. But sometimes very few people are able to follow through. Very few people are able to follow through. So I'm very much hopeful that we might be able to get a reasonable number of people that are eventually going to be able to follow through. I'm hoping that will happen. I'm hoping that will happen because we need to continue to push the export business in Nigeria. We need to do everything possible to be able to push for export business in Nigeria. Because if this nation is going to grow, nation is going to be great, we cannot overemphasize the need for us to begin to take export very seriously. See you tomorrow morning, Import Export platform, 7 a.m. as I talk again on import export, and I'll be discussing pricing, but as it relates to packaging. Bye for now, and have a good evening.